Good morning, fellow Rotarians and honored guests. I want to thank all Rotarians for attending the District Assembly today. While I'm relatively new to Rotary, I assure you that I'm a longtime Rotarian at heart and extremely grateful for the wonderful friendship and support this past year, both personal and professional. I've learned so much from fellow Rotarians who strive to live and breathe the four-way test as best they can in their daily lives. And I think that we've all been inspired by the incredible time, effort, energy, and heart that our district governor, Mr. Wayne Wiebe, has given. And I'm not just saying that. And I'm not just saying that to get one of your fancy lapel pins. I'm sure we can think of a number of ways in which Wayne has emulated the Rotarian credo. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? The four-way test reminds us what the world should look like. It's universal and timeless to every country, culture, race, and individual. Sons, daughters, brothers and sisters, teachers, neighbors, and colleagues. The four-way test works as a litmus test for our thoughts, words, and actions every day, in every situation. And I believe it's just as relevant today as it was when it was first written by Herbert Taylor in 1932. On a personal level, the four-way test reminds me what a loving spouse looks like. What an adoring parent sounds like. And how to conduct myself in business. While the four-way test has become an ethical yardstick for Rotarians the world over, is translated into more than 100 languages, and recited at weekly club meetings around the globe. It's personal to each and every one of us. Looking back on my life, I've certainly been privileged with many diverse experiences and opportunities to learn, though I should credit my wife Tirith and our 2.5-year-old daughter Ritika for some of that learning as well. They not only provide me with constant joy and happiness, but are consistent and sometimes humbling reminders of why the four-way test is important in all that I do. While I have been inspired and humbled, sometimes humiliated, I'm grateful to have the four-way test to justify, at least in my own mind, that the effort was worthwhile. The four-way test has also made me a more committed Rotarian, knowing that we can all relate to each other on the basis of truth, fairness, goodwill, better friendships, and benefiting all concerned. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Truth, it is said, is a divine attribute and the foundation of every virtue. To be good and true, therefore, is one of the first lessons we are taught in Rotary. Is it fair to all concerned? I admit, I'm not too sure how I'm going to deal with this aspect of the four-way test as a father. When my daughter and I begin to differ on what constitutes the word fair. Four-way test be darned when it comes to those teenage years and those boys start calling fair schmear. I'll definitely be needing some support from Rotarian parents when I get to that stage. On a more serious note, it is hard to be fair, as fair can be very subjective. So the four-way test asks the question, but looks to all of us for the answer. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? A perfect example is within the Rotary district of 50-50. It's easy to see how the four-way test is fostering goodwill and better friendships already within the district and communities at large. When I came into Rotary a year ago, I did not know any one of you here. But now I take great pride in thinking of all of you as my friends and support network, while we contemplate decisions and work together to make our communities better places to live, work, and play. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? In life, it's so easy to make it all about us. This part of the test asks us if our thoughts, words, and actions are intended to gain personal benefit unjustly or at the expense of others. In business, we pay fair salaries, maintain safe work environments, and give back to the community. Ask yourselves if you sometimes attribute certain actions to the cost of doing business. If it doesn't meet the four-way test, challenge yourselves to find a way to make the situation beneficial to all concerned. Look for that common ground. We can think collectively, as citizens, as parents, and as people of goodwill. That common ground can make us as individuals, as families, and as communities stronger, better, and more successful. We can make the world a better place to live, work, and play for all of us. The four-way test reminds us that there's a difference between the world as it is and the way that the world should be. All too often, we accept the distance between the two and settle for the world as it is, even when it doesn't reflect our values or our aspirations. The four-way test helps me know what fairness, justice, and opportunity look like, what being a husband, father, friend, and trusted colleague look and sound like. As a father whose daughter is the heart of my heart and the center of my world, her future and all our children's futures are vested in the four-way test. It's no different for me than it is for you or other parents in Haiti, India, Pakistan, or China. As Rotarians, what we think, say, and do is the legacy we leave behind. The four-way test helps us meet the challenges along the way to fulfill our destiny to make a better world, the world as it should be. Thank you.